Hello and welcome to this video, which is going to look at the organ section of the amazing Roland V-STAGE. I'd like to go further down into, basically how to work with it as opposed to, what it sounds like. I will occasionally use sounds just to show you what's happening and any differences that you can hear. But overall, it's really just going to be talking through the parameters, the hands-on parameters is all really, one of the great things about the V-STAGE. There's a list of great things, but one of them is the fact that it's very hands-on, and there are certain conventions that are common across the whole board, across the whole engines, although the engines themselves are very, very different. So let's go ahead, and we're just going to dive in and have a look and see what we can find. First of all, we have the level of the gear that you're working in, the instrument you're working in, and you can switch it on or off. Off, on. Right, just off. Yep. You want piano? There you go. And of course, on screen, it tells you what you're going to activate. So it's 74 tine EP. Yep. And you'll be able to see in a minute how you can change all that either within scenes or, creating your own scene, doing all that good stuff. So we're going to switch back to the organ. There we are. Now, there are 4 tone types. There's the tone wheel organ, there are 2 transistor organs, and a pipe organ. Now, you might say, this is tone wheel 2. I'd like something else. How do I do that? No problem. Tone select, push. You're now presented with the list of all the available tone wheel organs, basically. And so there's the tone wheel 2A. Now the star means it's a favorite. And this is actually what this knob does. If I exit out, this knob, the tone select, when I go through here, I'm actually scrolling through favorites. It's not a predetermined Roland list. It's your list of favorites. So if I then press and go back in here, and then what I can do is the underline shows where you're navigating at the top level, right? Then I can, anywhere where there's white, I can do that and move along, right? And so this is good when you're planning, because you don't have to do too much with the buttons. But for example, we can go to favorites and we see we only have one favorite, which means for the tone wheel, which means we'll only ever get one favorite. Now, let's just say I would like to have a look at add another one. So there's tone wheel A. Let's move over and then tone wheel C. Like that. It's now gone to tone wheel C, you see? However, we've not made it a favorite. So that's just selected it. To make it a favorite, okay, we go back to here, and then we press Shift and push, and you'll see a star coming up. So Shift and push, we have the star. Right. Now it's saved over here. Okay, it's not saved in the scene. Beware of that. It's saved as a favorite. So let's exit out, and we'll just go back to the. Okay, and if we go like this, tone wheel A. See how we've got now the 2 tone wheels? Previously there's only 1 tone wheel as a favorite. Yeah. So if we press again like that and then go up to our favorites, you see we've now got 2 favorites. And so you can very quickly see what they are. So you know that by scrolling through here, those are the things that are going to have. And by going along here, you can then scroll down and you can do the same exercise for the transistor 1, transistor 2, and the pipe. Now, when favorites is underlined, it's only going to show you the favorites. But don't miss the fact that, there are all these. this is how you... I like that. This is where you can navigate through all the sounds. Okay, and then you can go back, go to flute 2, go there. That's a favourite. Go down, Mason flute. Yeah, principle. And so that is a convention, that whole navigation approach of number one, working through the available sounds for the categories, the tone wheel, 2 transistors and a pipe, plus then the types in the categories and then the tones available in those types. And any of them can be made favorites, as I just showed you, by just pressing Shift and select. It will automatically assign it to the category so that when you're scrolling through, it will come up as an option in the categories. So moving further on, let's go back to the tone wheel. So yeah, just go there. Lovely. Now, we can then have the overdrive, which we can switch off. VK. And we can also go to guitar amp by pressing Shift and the on off. You can adjust. Okay, you get the idea. We'll go back to the VK. You can also combine them. You saw that just there. When they're both lit up, you can combine them. We can switch overdrive off. We can switch vibrato chorus on. And we can scroll through. Vibrato and chorus. Or we can switch off. We can switch them both on. So you're constantly able to change the character. So, you know, what's great is if you were doing a riff and you wanted it then a bit heavier. One button. No screen navigating, just press the button and kick her out. There we go. Moving on, we then have the percussion elements that we can have. We can switch off, so we don't get any of that. But now we're getting volume, decay, harmonic, and then also the parameters by just switching. And we can change again. All of these you can save as your own tone. And so you can call it up, which is great, with using all these parameters. But the thing is, you can actually really get into the different tools that you have just right here. And then, of course, we've got the bars. Yeah. Fantastic. And like I say, these are common elements across all the engines, with the possible exception of the effects. But certainly the tonal engines, the organ, the acoustic piano, the electric piano, and the synthesizer, and there's 2 synthesizers, then they work in exactly the same way. And the vast majority of what you're going to work with when you're out doing the live gigs, or even, you know, recording in a studio, and you're wanting that special kind of organ, everything will be in the panel. So that's the end of the kind of overview of the organ. In the next video, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the acoustic piano. But, I've just forgotten. I apologize. There's a reason why I zoomed out all this. That was because I did want to just show briefly, whilst we're in the organ, you can say, well, what about effects? Because there's not much going on there, right? You can add at will your effects, and again, it's just switching on and off, which is, I think, is just absolute genius. So, for example, we might have a silly, great big long. Like I say, that's maybe a bit too long, but switch off so you can be. Just like that. So again, very instantaneous and available and present really for you to do your thing, which is, you know, adding, without mixing my metaphors too much, it's adding many strings to your bow. And I hope you enjoy it, and I hope this video was useful to you. That was the organ. Like I say, next one is all about the acoustic piano. Thanks for watching and supporting the channel. And yeah, have a look at the V-STAGE. It's an amazing bit of kit.